Hello. Welcome. IPL is back. Get ready with your snack.
वाह वाह क्या बात.
Thank you. But jokes apart, like Virat Kohli rightly pointed out that this year the players will be playing this tournament to erase the sorrows and the misfortunes that has happened with a lot of people during the everlasting pandemic that is going on for the last few months. And it's true that all the sufferings and the losses can't be repaired, but if you can take those 3 and 4 hours of a day and take out the stress and the chaos out of the people's mind, that's a great thing, and IPL will definitely do that.
Absolutely. And what better way to start than the El Clasico of Indian Premier League? It's the defending champions versus the last year's runners up, of course. I mean, it's of course a repeat of the last year's final, right? Today, we'll have a fun discussion and we will start with the discussions of the day. Do not forget, there is a debate around Dhoni, and Orga and I are catching up on that.
Definitely, and then we'll be predicting the playing 11 of both the teams.
We will also tell you which bowler is gonna be dangerous for which batsman. Some key matchups for you guys.
And also, we'll again don the predictor's hat and we'll just give it out to you all about the star player of the match. MS Dhoni, the man who has been talked about a lot in the last few months because of his international cricket retirement. And remember, he hasn't played any form of cricket for around 1.5 years. Last he played during the Cricket World. There's an ongoing debate about his batting position. Should he bat lower down the order or at number 4 or maybe higher up the order at 3? What I personally feel is that because Dhoni has been out of the game for such a long period of time and he usually takes a few balls to settle in, he should bat up the order, because if he comes at number 4, he will get the required number of balls, he can get set, and then he can use the long handle and go after the bowlers.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you, Orgo, especially because Raina is missing in the side, which basically means one big pillar is missing for CSK, right? And now talking about Raina's replacement, I feel Raina's replacement in CSK side lies in Faf du Plessis, because Faf has the ability of clearing the grounds with proper cricketing shots. He has the experience. He will become a very important member of this CSK team. He's a very good fielder and he can save you minimum 5 to 10 runs, which is very important in a T20 game.
I will partly agree to this, but there's nothing against Faf, but I want someone like Raidu or later on in the tournament Ruturaj Gaikwad to take up that number 3 role, because due to the four foreign players, Raidu has been there in the CSK team for a long period of time. 2018 was a great season for him. He may not be a great fielder, but he has that experience. And Ruturaj Gaikwad, who is recovering from COVID-19, he is a great talented player who has done very well for India and the domestic circuit. So I will go for Raidu or Ruturaj in place of Ryan. Also, apart from Ryan, Harbhajan Singh is a big absentee for CSK, because he is someone who is experienced, has taken a lot of wickets in IPL, and this year the wickets will be much slower. It will help the spinners. And if you look at the CSK team, there are not a lot of full-time off spinners. Actually, there's only one part-time off spinner in Kedar Jadhav. So in that department, they will struggle a lot because of the absence of Harbhajan Singh.
Right, I completely agree with you. And one more clear-cut replacement, which I don't think really is gonna work much, is obviously Malinga's replacement. Yes, Lasith Malinga, the highest wicket taker in IPL, is missing from the Mumbai Indians squad. And for in his replacement, in comes Pattinson. Pattinson hasn't proved himself much in the T20 format, which basically means that Mumbai's pace bowling rests on Jasprit Bumrah's shoulder, because Trent Bolt has been expensive, and last season, in fact, Trent Bolt only played 5 matches. If you talk about Nathan Coulton, he has not played in the last 2 seasons of IPL. Kulkarni in the last 3 seasons of IPL has an economy rate of 9 runs per over and has taken only 13 wickets. That's an area where Mumbai is going to struggle.
The stats is somehow not proving the actual quality of Bolt, because last season he was playing one game and then he was getting dropped in the other for Delhi. If he gets a good run of matches along with Bumrah, he can pair up, and he's also very good in the fielding department. He's good with his Yorkers. So whether Bolt will get a good run of matches or not, that's totally depends on the selectors of Mumbai. But let's put on the selectors hat as of now.
Good news is that all Australian and English players will be available right from the first match of IPL because they are moving from one bio bubble to another. So they just had to uh, be in quarantine for 36 hours instead of 6 days, which was for the rest of the players. Moving on to my predicted Mumbai's playing 11. Obviously, I am going to open with Rohit Sharma and Quinton de Kock. They were in fantastic form last year, and I don't want to break their pairing. At number 3, I think Surya Kumar Yadav should come into bat because he can, play the longish innings. If need be, he can also play anchor role. Then at number 4, the young Ishan Kishan, followed by Kyron Pollard because he has been in smashing form in CPL recently. Then the Pandya brothers, Rahul Chahar. Then the pace trio of Nathan Coulter-Nile, Trent Bolt, and Jasprit Bumrah.
My playing 11 is also the same, but I'll differ on some of the batting positions. For example, Pollard. I want Pollard at 4 because he is coming off a great CPL season where he has scored around 200 runs with 200 strike rate and all, 50 average. And also he was batting on those slowish kind of wickets which will be available here also. So his batting can be utilized unlike other years where he comes down, just like Dhoni. Same thing. Also another thing, I want Kishan at 3 because he is not that experienced. If he gets a little bit of time, he can settle in and he can then score big. And Surya Kumar can drop down in between and get sandwiched in between the Pandya brothers, Hardik, then Surya Kumar, and then comes Krunal Pandya. These are my changes. Rest all remains the same. And now, if you can move on to the CSK playing 11, I have a little bit of surprise in the CSK playing 11. Opener, I am starting with Watson like any other year, but I am bringing in Murli Vijay. He hasn't played IPL that many IPL games in the last 2 years, but just because of the experience and the ability to play spin very well, I am keeping him in the team as an opener. He can hit big also. Also, he has been very successful during the 2010 and 11 seasons of IPL. So I'm just banking on that. It's just a gamble, just as Dhoni plays a gamble. I am doing that. And then I want Raidu at 3 in place of Raina, obviously. Ruturaj Gaikwad hasn't yet recovered. Then, as I said, MSD 4. Kedar Jadhav and Jadeja come subsequently after that. But Jadeja can switch positions with Kedar. Then comes Bravo. And I want to strengthen the spin department. So I'm instead of Fab at in the playing 11, I want Santner so that he can also offer a few shots with the bat and obviously with his left arm spin. And then there's Deepak Chahar who has recovered from COVID, thankfully. Imran Tahir, Santner's spin partner, and there's a big surprise in KM Asif. I feel Dhoni might gamble with him because this guy is also not that much known in the IPL circuit, so he might gamble with his pace and all.
We have very similar playing 11s. You have taken Santner as a spinner. I'm going for Piyush Chawla. The way CSK team management was eager to buy him during this IPL auction, that shows that they have a lot of faith in him. Also, recently, Piyush Chawla in an interview had said that he's getting a lot of confidence from Dhoni. Right? So it seems in Harbhajan's absence, especially, Piyush had an excellent run for Gujarat at the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy and would like to take full advantage of the spin friendly pitches in the UAE. right? And I have Shardul Thakur instead of K. Masif, of course, because see, Shardul actually has lower order batting skills. You remember he helped India winning one of the matches.
Hmm.
He also has
Yeah.
a knack of getting important breakthroughs. So he can play this role of a finisher as well. And he has a lot of variations, good knuckle ball, which can help him in slowing the ball down and getting wickets in this pitches. Now this was about the teams, right? Let's
Hmm.
talk about some of the individual rivalries.
So the very first matchup, I'll start with an opening batsman and a opening bowler. It will be Rohit versus Chahar, Deepak Chahar, because Rohit as a batsman hasn't played that well in last IPL. He will definitely open, as Mahila Jayawardene said. You have kept him in your team as an opener also. The thing is, if Rohit gets a great start, then the game will very easily drift from CSK's hands. But Chahar is one bowler who has been outstanding in power play over the last two IPL seasons. His stats speaks for itself. And if Chahar can get that swing going, Rohit can be made discomfortable in those initial spells.
So I will be speaking about Ambati Rayudu versus Krunal Pandya. Rayudu has struggled against Krunal Pandya in T20s. In the 3 innings that he has faced Krunal, Rayudu has got out twice and has scored a very, below par strike rate. Basically, he struggles against Krunal a lot, and Rohit could actually bring in Krunal early on and try and get Ambati's wicket.
Now, I'll talk about the most important man in Indian cricket, MS Dhoni. Uh, as I have said, that if he bats up the order or even in the middle overs, also he has a high chance of facing Bumrah at the death. And Bumrah has been particularly good against Dhoni at the death. He has dismissed him 2 or 3 times, and more than that, he has kept him quiet. So if Bumrah keeps him quiet at the death and gets Dhoni's wicket, then that will nullify the power of Dhoni.
You remember Tom and Jerry we used to watch as kids? So today we have a Tom and Jerry matchup actually. When I talk about Tom and Jerry matchup, it's none other than Kyron Pollard versus Imran Tahir. Now, why do I say it's Tom and Jerry? Because both have had a each other's piece, as you could say. Because in 16 innings, while Imran Tahir has dismissed Pollard 4 times, his strike rate is held at 130.3. So basically, Tahir has managed to trouble Pollard, and high chances at the beginning of Pollard's innings. He seems to struggle against the spinners. So again, that's one more point. I think one more pointer for Dhoni if he's watching this video. Time to dawn. The predictors have.
So the star player of the match for me might not end up as a star player of the match because he might not play also, because I think if Murli Vijay plays, I have all my backing towards Murli Vijay. I think he's hungry. He's not playing for India for a long period of time. He's hungry for runs, and if he plays, he will open the innings and he'll get ample amount of time.
There's one thing common between your and my star player, that even my star player is going to open the batting, but not for CSK. He's going to open the batting for Mumbai Indians, and I am going to back up none other than the white ball king, Rohit Sharma. I think the pitch is perfectly set up for him, and he was in sublime form. He missed out because of an injury. Then he has come back, and he too will go all out for runs. So yeah, I'm backing Rohit Sharma to score big today.
What you are telling, big score? Mumbai to won't win IPL also this year. They won't win today's match also.
Huh? Why? Who told you?
You don't know about the even year curse. 2013, 15, 17, 19 they have won the IPL trophy. How will they win in 2020? 2020 में तो कुछ अच्छा होता भी नहीं है ऐसे भी. And also since 2012 they haven't won the opening match.
Stats are for them as well. In the last 10 matches against CSK, Mumbai has won 8 and CSK has won only 2. So Mumbai will might make it 9 today.
Please like, share, subscribe the video, follow us on Facebook.
And also do not forget to join us for the match review.
But for now,